Welcome everybody to the 40 Finance channel. My name is Jeff Beers, and today I'm going to propose 5 stocks to make the next generation of FAANG. FAANG, of course, is Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, sort of that 5-stock conglomerate that's been powering the market for a couple years now. Well, I've got 5 stocks here today to make the next generation of that and power profits for investors for many years to come. Let's jump in. Okay, so just some quick notes about the criteria for my sample here. So it should be a company that can be a part of everyday life. So when you think about the FAANGs of today, they can touch your life every day, and most of them do in multiple ways. It must be able to scale, of course, so it has to go from nationwide to worldwide. It should be able to integrate with personal data. And the reason I say this is because the more personal data that's wrapped around these products, if you think of a Google and Facebook, the more A, you use it on an everyday basis, and B, the product can be shaped to fulfill your needs as they change. And then lastly, we have to disrupt an existing industry, right? And I think that all the existing FAANGs that you see today have taken something that has existed in another state, 10 to 15 years ago, and it's dramatically improved it. So let's see who the 5 candidates are. All right, kicking off with the P of my new FAANG, and that is PayPal. I could have put Square in place of PayPal, but I personally chose PayPal because of their rock-solid business fundamentals, their large swath of existing integrations with lots of companies. So that's why I chose them over Square. So PayPal is already wrapped into a lot of things in our life on the e-commerce checkout side. But where I think they can grow to be the next FAANG is through their Venmo app, which is a cash sharing app. That has a lot of potential to grow now that it has a strong millennial base and can continue to iterate across different age groups and places. And then really the opportunity in banking and credit. So if Venmo and PayPal were to take the next leap in their journey of integration with society, then they can start to offer banking services and loan services that could really keep everything about money right in the palm of your phone. PayPal already does small business loans, and I know that there's some aspects of banking that are coming to the regular PayPal soon. So I see this as a big opportunity. Nothing's set in stone. But for my dollar, as who's going to change the next wave of money, I'm going to go with PayPal. Stock number 2 is Invitae. And Invitae has the opportunity to change all of healthcare, the way that we look at our own bodies, the way we seek out treatment, all through the use of genetic screening. And there is a lot of people who are coming into this genetic screening place. But what I like about Invitae is they're really sticking on the consumer side of things, right? They're trying to get pricing down and accessibility for genetic testing. And I think that that's where the most money is. They're leaving some of the science behind genetic testing up into the bigger dogs of the industry, and they're taking care of making testing accessible, making testing affordable, with the goal that everybody would be able to do it. And that's where I think they have a pretty wide reach to touch our lives every day. For the Invitae bull case, you start thinking about if genetic screening is affordable, there's an app that goes with it. We get to the point where, let's say 30, 40, 50% of Americans go through genetic screening once it becomes much easier. You have an app on your phone that your doctor scans to get your genetic background. You could possibly play it into genealogy to look back on your ancestors. You could share it with your friends. These are just the fun things, not to mention how it improves your health as a whole. And I think the good news is with where this industry is going, healthcare will approve this right out the bat because it's going to save them so much in terms of expenses. So Invitae has an opportunity, if they reach the consumer, to make an unbelievable amount of money. And I put on here on the last point, the more data in, the better that they get, and the bigger their case for virality, where they're telling their friends, etc. So once they have this gigantic pool of genetic code across everyone in America and worldwide, you're talking about a huge data play that will not only improve their services, but make them one of the most important databases in all of mankind. All right, next up in our new FAANG is Zillow. And I think most of us know Zillow if you're in the housing market or the rental market. The wonderful app and desktop application that help you sort through neighborhoods by so many different factors. And I think Zillow's reaching a place now where if you're doing anything in home buying, home selling, home renting, this is a part of your life. And when we talk about the concept of dynamic values in real estate, understanding what is your house worth on a daily basis, this is where Zillow really has the advantage. They also have a huge data advantage that they've built across essentially every neighborhood in America. But that's not even the huge win for Zillow here. The huge win is when they have all this data coming in, and now they already understand what homes sell for, what markets are moving. If they can come up with a way to compartmentalize the home buying offers, contract, service all into their app, which I'm sure they have plans for in the next 10-ish years, then you're talking about an app for buying a home that could literally change the way we shop for homes, the way we purchase homes, the fees that we pay on homes, and it could open up a brand new market for home buying that we've just never seen before. Also, the concept of rental and renting a home, and then you start to think about other things that people rent related to homes, which could be vacation homes, stuff like that. Huge, huge opportunity. If Zillow can make their app transactional and essentially eliminate a lot of the run that real estate agents have right now, it would just be an unbelievable story from the term of revenue and profits, and frankly, the complete shift in the way everyone manages real estate today. All right, next up is Nvidia. So Nvidia is a little bit different. I kind of went back and forth on including them here, but the bottom line, even though they're not really consumer facing because most of their products are within other products, I still think they qualify as the opportunity to touch our lives every single day. And the biggest thing for me right now that Nvidia is doing is, the gaming stuff is nice and that's what they're known for, but they have a huge swath of other products and projects going on, namely in the technologies with artificial intelligence and self-driving, where if they make the models, the mass-produced models that are associated with self-driving cars and artificial intelligence as a whole, then you're talking about a company that is not only collecting an unbelievable amount of data from self-driving and artificial intelligence, but they're actually powering a big part of your life, depending on what chunks it actually applies to. So I like Nvidia to be the leader here. There will be stiff competition, but I think that they've already proven time and time again that they have the technology to go above and beyond what other people are already doing. The big one for me right now is they need a consumer platform of some kind. We need to know that Nvidia is part of our life, right? We need that brand recognition and that trust to really take them to the next level. I don't know how that would happen right now, but if you think about gaming and crypto and all the things that we use computer power for, there could be an opportunity in there. So, but nonetheless, Nvidia is going to be a strong part of our next FAANG because they're going to be powering most of the things that make the companies run. All right, last on our list isn't a stock quite yet, but we won't have to wait much longer, and that is Uber. So Uber beyond the ride sharing, okay? We all know what Uber does. Beyond the ride sharing, if you look at the fundamentals of what we want something that'll touch our lives every day. Not everybody gets an Uber every day. Some people do, but you also have Uber Eats. And eventually there will be some sort of Uber delivery service beyond just Eats. It could be packages, mail, whatever. And so I think with the integration of their app technology, knowing where you ride hail, knowing where you order food from, knowing what you need from where, Uber has a very strong start in becoming a part of our everyday lives. You also have an unbelievable data collection opportunity if they get into the self-driving cars that Nvidia will help power. Now you've got two companies, Nvidia and Uber, working together to collect millions of data points across a single square mile and potentially tying some of those back to your user profile and helping you succeed in certain aspects of your life. It could really be big. And I think Uber's already big, they're already international. Most of their stuff, like Uber Eats, the self-driving taxis, things like that, are not even really at the saturation point yet. So there's a lot of room to run. There will be big competition in the transportation space, but I like what Uber has already collected from a data spot to push them ahead in any direction they care to go to. So Uber's the number 5 on our new FAANG. So that's my take on the next 5 stocks to build a new FAANG. You have PayPal, Invitae, Zillow, Nvidia, and Uber. So that's something like PISNU. We might have to come up with a sexier name, but those are the companies, folks, that I really feel like can push the next era of huge stock profits by tying in not only to our lives, but by becoming an everyday part of it. Let me know what you think. Is there another stock that you would rather see in here? Is there one that you would take out? Leave a comment below. Please like this video and share with your friends. I totally appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next video.